Everyone, and welcome to Night Combos.
Welcome back. Hubby's here.
Hubby's here with us. Y'all, we have so many things to go over. But first, we just want to say thank you so much to all of our subscribers. All of our subscribers that's been with us from the very beginning all the way to now. All of our new subscribers. Thank you all so very much. Because without all of you, our channel wouldn't be where it is today. And it wouldn't be continuing to grow without all of you. So we truly owe all of you the thanks. And we appreciate it so very much. And if you're not already subscribed, please make sure you subscribe, like, share, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our videos, all of the things, and we would greatly appreciate it so very much. We do need to say real quick, I know we said we would go over the book, the next few sections of the book today, but it's starting to get a little late here, and hubby got off late today, and he needs to, eat and go to bed and all of that so he can get some sleep before he has to get up for work in the morning. So we're gonna hold off for that until tomorrow. This picture also, comes from a whole other video that we're gonna try to get out tomorrow as well to talk about. I know some of y'all are waiting on the updated PO video from us talking to the state level people above Gypsy's parole officer, above her parole officer's director, all of that, those people. We were supposed to talk to them again, and they had to reschedule with us. So that's why we haven't put that video out yet. But it should be out by the end of this week, though, regardless. So hopefully they don't have to reschedule again with us or anything like that. But that's why we haven't put that video out yet. So we just wanted to let y'all know. And we wanted to let y'all know, for those of you who are interested in the book and do want to continue on with the book, we will be going over that tomorrow. I may go over some of the sections, chapters, whatever you want to call them. Dip calls them 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. She doesn't call them sections, chapters, or nothing. So anyway, we went over 1. So we'll literally start the video off at the beginning of 2 and continue on from there, and we'll try to make up for today by going over a few of at least 2 or 3 of the sections tomorrow. So we just wanted to let y'all know that real quick. But jumping into this video, we wanted to show y'all, for real, the true Gypsy Rose Blanchard. So the girly pop herself. So here we go. Oh, and real quick, by the way, this video may not flow perfectly together, but I promise you, just stick with us to the end and it will all make sense, okay? We might not play videos perfectly in order or perfectly in flow or whatever you want to call it, but just stick with us to the end and it will all make sense, we promise. Okay, before we show y'all the first clip that we were going to start with, we just happened to see this one and thought it would be interesting to show y'all. And again, we have not gotten to 18 in the book yet, section 18 yet, because we're literally going through it with y'all and giving our commentary on it with y'all as we go through it. So, yeah, we haven't even gotten to this part yet, but it just kind of made hubby and I both look at each other like, what?
Yeah, it's a little crazy.
Yeah, because she says she wants her daughter to hear her book and to watch her documentary to know her truth and what really happened and all that, instead of hearing the lies, quote lies, on social media and all of that, what other people have to say. She wants her daughter to know the quote truth from Gyp herself. Okay, which is wild that you would want your daughter to hear this. But anyway, we thought this would give y'all a little bit of taste of what's coming up in the book, what we're going to be getting to very soon. So anyway, y'all listen to this, and we hadn't even listened to the whole clip.
Have you ever had a woman go past? I never had anything like that from it.
Y'all know what she was about to say, right? This is from Nadatha's TikTok page, and I know we've showed y'all clips before of her on our channel, but we're also going to show y'all some other things that are not from Nadatha as well. So just stick with us, like we said. But y'all know what she was about to say. Have you ever had a woman go down south, I guess is what I'll say?
I was thinking that.
Sorry, y'all. I didn't know how to put that, but y'all, if y'all don't know what we're talking about, I don't know. Google going down south. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm sure all of y'all know what that meant. But that's what she was about to say, and you can see Nadatha kind of jumped past that part.
Anyone was basically my answer in between nervous giggles. Want to try? Then she told me if I let her.
So wait. Was Gypsy being asked to let someone go down south for her, or was someone asking Gypsy to go down south for them? I didn't catch that. Hold on.
Have you ever had a woman go down? I never had anything like that from anyone. Was basically my answer in between nervous giggles.
Okay, she said I've never had that from anyone. Okay, so I guess this girl was asking to visit down south.
Yeah.
For Gypsy. Or yeah, for Gypsy. Yeah, okay.
Want to try? Then she told me if I let her, she'd give me her serving of biscuits and gravy. Okay.
What in the actual hold my beer? You're never going to believe this. Is this? I could have waited until tomorrow. I could have. But I felt like I needed to do it today. Like, today. I've been to DOC 5 times. Would the woman who did this please reach out to me and stand up? Oh, she doesn't exist.
She said. I can't believe she said to the woman who did this, please reach out to me and stand up. Ain't nobody going to admit to that, Nadatha. Ain't nobody going to admit to that. You know that. You know Nadatha knows better than that. Ain't nobody going to admit to doing that. Not with Gypsy.
She doesn't exist because things like that don't happen in women's DOC. You don't just meet somebody and 5 seconds later they're like, hey, you want to try it? I'll give you my biscuits and gravy in the morning. What? That does not happen. That is so fabricated. And not only that, but what kind of person, your first whatever time in DOC, says yes? Just instantly yes. And keep in mind that in her Lifetime series that I just watched today for the first time, regretfully, she said that she had not had intercourse. She'd never had an orgasm. I don't know what I'm allowed to say. Or whatever. But here we are talking about DOC like you're getting it in all the time. And apparently like you're right off the jump for some biscuits and gravy. It didn't happen. It doesn't happen like that in women's prison. And if you've been to women's prison, please stand up that this is a lie.
According to the penal system, I didn't qualify for formal psychotherapy, which was ironic, being that my first stop at Greene County was suicide watch.
Okay, y'all, that is an absolute untruth. And we're about to show y'all that. That's absolutely untrue what you just said. What Dip Jip just said.
I was too well.
You didn't qualify for therapy? That's weird, because I did. I qualified for therapy, and I didn't murder my mom. Strange. Let me just show you this real quick. Everybody is offered therapy.
Y'all may want to pause
I didn't know what
that.
shoe size I was until I bought my first pair on the day of my release from Chillicothe. You wear booties in jail, not shoes.
You didn't know your shoe size? That's really weird, because they actually find you your shoe size when you get there. Even in jail, in Greene County, you know your shoe size. It's written on the bottom of your shoes. Not only that, but in prison, if that's what we're referring to, because this is a chapter on Chillicothe, they most certainly give you state boots that say your shoe size. And not only that, Gypsy, but you had tennis shoes. You had bought tennis shoes off a canteen. You have to know your shoe size to order your shoes. You knew your shoe size.
Oh.
I cannot, for the life of me, understand why you are lying about the smallest, littlest crap that makes no sense to even lie about. Like, what do you have to gain in lying about these? DOC is messed up all on its own, and I'm sure there's crazy things that have happened there, but not like this. You're lying.
Made a cup of instant coffee. With my coffee in hand, I headed to the day room. Sometimes I'd make phone calls, but they were really short before I earned time and privileges.
Using the phone is not a privilege. You don't get privileged phone calls. Like, you have to do something to earn phone calls. In prison, we all line up at the door because as soon as count clears, you got to run out there and get in line so that way you can get in the phone line to use the phone. It goes by order of the phone line. So where she's getting this whole, she went out there and was only allowed to talk for so long and it was a privilege thing, is also a lie. And that's the thing, is that I don't even understand why you're lying about these things. Like, what do you have to gain from lying about that? And if you would lie about these small little stupid things, how in the world can you people believe anything that she says? She was not taken advantage of in prison. That also doesn't happen. I don't know. I just...
She has on the screen very rarely, and we all know the stories, I should say.
For the life of me, I just don't understand how people can support this woman. Because right there, right off the jump, that's 4 lies. For no reason at all. She just made it up. Made it up on a whim. For nothing. And you think that she's telling the truth about everything.
Have you ever...
Again, just stick with us, because we're showing you the true Gypsy Rose Blanchard, the true Gypsy girly pop herself. Have you ever had anyone go down south? No, I've never had that before. Was basically my answer, she said. And the thing is you're telling me you were with Dan Gladwell, you were with Nick, you were with other men before you ever got to prison, and you trying to say that you had never partaken in this activity before? Like, sorry, don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I really don't.
No,
I don't
me either.
I don't think so. Not as bad as she was wanting sausage. Like, no, I don't believe it. Y'all let us know y'all's thoughts, comments, and opinions about this whole video and this down below. Okay, so this was the video we were going to start with, but glad I started with that one because that was a good laugh for me, myself, and I anyway, for you.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, I'll check this out.
Y'all just finna have to see me like this today. It just is what it is. But it is so surreal to watch somebody that you know in real life and basically spent the night with over and lived amongst, on television. It really makes you understand how dramatized and how fake even these docu-series are. She's an actor, but then again, she always has been. I will say in the beginning of watching this, what I've noticed is she's being careful. She's suppressed who she truly is. But slowly but surely, we're starting to see the real her come out.
Y'all heard that right? Like, slowly but surely, we're starting to see the real her come out. Okay, so some of you may remember this full clip by Bree that we posted on our channel, but also this clip that Nadatha did that we posted on our channel as well. But before we let the full clip play, just watch this. Check this out.
Her just express how much she just wants a normal life. None of you know the pain that she still goes through. None of you know the healing that's still taking place in Gypsy's life. None of you have gotten a text message from Gypsy at 3 o'clock in the morning saying she just had a nightmare. None of you know Gypsy the way that people who actually love her know her. None of you know a damn thing other than what you hear on social media.
Okay, sorry. I'm stopping it right there because I want to show y'all a TikTok page about Rachel, who is also a cellmate with Dip Jip. Actually was in the same cell as Dip Jip, not just on the same block or anything like that, but a cellmate with her. And y'all really need to hear what she has to say because, of course, Bree is under Dip Jip's little weird spell, whatever you want to call it, sitting here defending her just like Nadatha used to do, just like Rachel used to do, just like many of the people that she was incarcerated with used to do. They all loved Gypsy and cared about her and was there for her, all of that, right? Okay, so take a listen to this, and this is Rachel on TikTok, but take a listen to her story for real, her truth. Like it says down at the bottom, I'm allowed to tell my truth. So y'all listen to this. This is wild. And oh, Bree, by the way, Dip wouldn't be having nightmares if she had not unalived her own mother. And then went in there to sprinkle baby powder all over the room and put dryer sheets everywhere and all the other things she done and tried to clean up the red stuff from the carpet and all of that. Yeah. So, yeah, she done that to herself. She gave herself those nightmares so she can thank herself. She doesn't need you on here white knighting for her and taking up for her, okay?
So there's people, of course, knew it was going to come. That's why I don't freaking say anything. Trying to push back at me for calling her a liar. And you know what? For as much as I don't say anything, why would I lie about that? Like, why would I lie about that? I have no reason to. Being so quiet, but I pull that one thing out. Anyway, it's time for people to see what's going on. I get asked all the time, and I don't post any proof, and now I'm posting proof. Okay? People have the right to know what she's doing. And you know what? Honestly, I have a message for you, Gypsy. I love you. I truly loved you. But you're different. You are not the same person that you were before. I don't know what happened to you, but you're not. People wouldn't treat you this way if you would just stop lying. Just stop. I loved you for who you were. I did. I named my daughter after you, dude.
Y'all hear that? This girl was so close to Dip that she named her child after her. She named Gypsy as their godmother. There's also clips that we're not going to show in this video, but there's clips where, she talks about how her husband would literally bring their daughters up to the prison quite frequently, not just 1 or 2 times or anything like that, but quite frequently, where he would bring them up there and let Gypsy visit with them. It wasn't a visit with Rachel here, their mother. It was a visit with Gypsy, and we're fixing to show you why. Not only did she name her daughter after Gypsy, but there's also a reason her husband would bring their daughters up there to see Gypsy and visit with her.
You've done this to you. You have done this to you. Everybody was for you until you opened your mouth and started saying all these lies and attacking people who go against you. I'm not against you at all. I'm speaking my side of the story. Why can I not speak my side of the story? Why? I don't want nobody to stop supporting you. I'm glad people support you. Everybody needs support. But tricking people is not okay. Lying to them is not okay. And it wasn't okay for me. I don't think you understand how heartbroken I am to see somebody I truly loved and named my daughter after doing this to herself. Do better. I'm okay. Truly, I'm fine. I work and I support my kids. I earn my living. I don't need the house you said you were going to buy me. I don't need that.
Dip told her that she was going to buy her a house. Remember, she was working on her book and her little interviews and all that. Remember, in prison? She promised this girl with that money she was going to buy her a house and all of that. And again, I don't want to say anything too soon, but, she named her daughter after Gypsy.
I don't need it. I work my butt off for my kids. I buy them what they need. I buy that.
I changed my mind. I just couldn't leave you without work on that.
I do.
I'll come back to
There's Lord knows how much help my family needs.
I got chores to do.
I'm not rich, and I don't want to be. So,
which Dip Gyp should do. She should work to provide for her daughter instead of grifting. This is an email that Rachel posted that was from Gypsy, and it was from Gypsy when Dip Gyp was still in prison, and she wrote to Rachel because Rachel got out before Dip Gyp did. So this was an email she wrote to her. Y'all can pause to read it if you want to, but basically Rachel's saying, I was in the way. I only posted what she asked me to. She says money was more important than supporters. And she's talking about supporters like people that truly would care about you and love you and support you, not give you everything for free, not like that, those type of supporters, but like true, honest supporters that care about you and stuff. But this was an email from Gypsy that she wrote to Rachel, and she was basically saying that Ryan and Krusty Christy were concerned for her well-being, and saying that Ryan and Christy were also concerned that Rachel would accidentally say too much in these social media pages, as Dip Gyp says it, and that Rachel needs to just chill. And then Gypsy also says that Melissa, talking about Melissa Moore, feels an NDA is important so it protects the project and me. I'm just at a point I don't care about social media or fan mail. Okay, because Rachel is out here actually getting people to write letters in support of Dip Gyp. And Dip Gyp is saying in this email that fans aren't important to her. People that are white knighting for her, they're not important to her. Social media is not important to her. Family and friends are what's important to her. And she said, and then Dip Gyp says, that's just on the real, And then says, Ryan and Christy are looking out for my future and how the book is my financial stability. As for everyone else, including that girl, I can't speak on what their intentions are and why they say you're on some shady crap. So that kind of sums it up for you on what she was saying to this girl who was truly supporting Dip Gyp on the outside, while Dip Gyp was on the inside of prison. So here is the rest of the piece of that clip that we started out with, where Bree was wanting to sit there boohoo crying over Dip Gyp.
That in there, she wanted to be liked so badly. She wanted to be the center of attention. She wanted to be idolized. She wanted to be the it girl. That never changed. That what changed is that it didn't work, and she's feeling the repercussions of that. But this is not the first time that she's felt the repercussions of that, because she also tried the same thing in prison, and it didn't work. And she cried, and she got her feelings hurt, probably quite a bit, until she found a clan where she belonged, felt like she belonged, where she felt like she could be Queen Bee. She has always chased attention. Always. She was like that in there. She's like that now. Nothing's changed. Nothing. I think what ultimately is the biggest factor for me of nothing has changed is the fact that I remember watching her Biofiles interview where she said, he did it. He's the one. I don't identify as a murderer. Is the fact that I remember watching her Biofiles interview. She's still wanting to be somebody that she's not. Okay? It's called narcissism. And I'm super sorry that you've been sucked into that and made to feel sorry for her, while the rest of us do not feel sorry for her and think that she should take accountability for her actions in every aspect of life. The words that should have came out of her mouth about Nick Godejohn was that she was extremely sorry that she got him into this situation, and that her heart goes out to him, and the sympathy that she has for what she has done. Nothing else. I know her. You can't convince me any otherwise. Not with your tears, not with your pleading, not with your shame on you, not with your hateful videos. Nothing that you say or do will change what I know to be true about Gypsy. She is extremely self-absorbed, and unfortunately that always backfires in her face, and she never learns her lesson. People doing Suboxone in prison, I want to do that too. People having tricks on the phone, I want to do that too. She always wanted to be a part of whatever was going on in there. Always. Loyalty, she had none. People stayed away from her for a reason. You're sucked in to feel sorry for her, and then in the next breath, you're being told on. If she wants to go live a private life, I say kudos, go do that. And I really don't understand. I knew this would happen. That's the crazy part, is that I knew that even though she said she was going to have a private profile, every bit of that was going to be leaked. Because, come on. And also another part of me thinks that she knows that. She absolutely knows that. It's a way of making her look good. It's a way of maybe appeasing the PO's office or whoever, right? But she doesn't actually want to come out of the media's eye. If she did, why would she be doing a second season of Lifetime? She wants people to feel sorry for her. Is that completely her fault? Probably not. She is operating in what she's been taught her whole life. I'm not saying that Dee Dee is completely innocent in the things that she taught her daughter. Not at all. But does that mean that she deserved to be unalived? No, not at all. However, at some point, we have to grow. We have to take accountability for our own actions and start adulting. Break the cycle, get off the merry-go-round, break generational curses, and do something different. And her entire circle does nothing but encourage her to continue in the behavior, babies her, and finds ways to say that this is okay. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If she wanted a private life, she would have never done Lifetime. She loved the attention in there, and she still loves it out here. And no amount of tears Brie can cry for a person that she thinks she knows will make me believe otherwise. Because see, when you're around people that you think don't really matter, when it's not for the cameras, for the podcast, for the television series, for the magazines, for PR and damage control, and you're in DOC and you just really let your hair down, you tend to expose who you really are. Remember, the same way you feel about her right now is the way that Millie felt about her too. The same way Jessica felt about her. She knew going private would not be private.
Out there in her.
So these were some text messages to Rachel on December 22nd, 2023. December 22nd of last year, right before Dip Jip was released from prison. And it says, I unblocked you. I had a very hard time within myself and trying to always protect her. I had to step back and take care of my mental health and my family. I had to step back. Oh, sorry. It goes on to say, thanks for always, I know exactly what that feels like. I'd walk through fire for her. Thanks for always having her back. I hear ya. It can consume ya. Or consume you. These are text messages between Rachel and Vicky. And she's saying, I changed it. Like Rachel is saying, I changed it. And Vicky says, I will let Christy know you didn't remove it, but changed it. Rachel says, sounds good. Okay, and over across this, she has wrote, Christy would try to tell me what I could not say. I got tired of it. She won the battle, and I'm glad for it. And there's a comment up here that she has posted that this is in reply to. Christy is the reason her and Ryan is not together. That's why her and Mia got into it. Okay, so that's why I guess they're saying, I guess that's why Christy and Mia got into it. Because Christy's the reason that Dip Jip and Ryan aren't together. So these are text messages that she's showing. So Rachel says, sounds good. And then Vicky says, I would probably remove the entire post because if Christy calls you, it won't be pretty. Kind of sounds like a threat to me.
Yeah.
Christy said, to let you know, if you continue posts like Gypsy is going to stop contacting you. Christy is very upset right now about that post. Rachel said, I'm sorry, but I'm not. And then Vicky said, okay, like I said, your choice, Rachel. And then Rachel says, it's my piece to bear. Okay, you know how we told you that we were going to get back to why Rachel's husband were bringing their daughters, Rachel and his daughters, up to visit Dip Jip in prison? Well, y'all take a look at this video. And normally we would block out a child's face or whatever, but y'all really need to see this video, seriously. And remember, she named her child after Gypsy. She named her own daughter Gypsy. And they called her godmother. They thought of Gypsy as their godmother. And also this.
Happy birthday, I'm Jumpy. Gypsy, I love you so much.
Watch that again.
Happy birthday, I'm Jumpy. Gypsy, I love you so much.
So her kids are saying, I love you, Aunt Gypsy. Or happy birthday, Aunt Gypsy. I love you so much. And Rachel's saying, seeing this makes me sad for the way she chose to be. They are what's my heart, and all of that is like basically what she's saying. Like her kids are what's her heart. So her husband was bringing their kids up there to see their, quote, Aunt Gypsy, their godmother. And it seems like Rachel isn't quite over their friendship just yet, but it seems like she's pretty much gotten there. Because look at this next video of who Dip Gyp truly is. The narcissist and the pathological liar with many personalities and a personality disorder, like we were telling you in a previous video she was diagnosed with. We have the medical document and several other medical documents that we showed you in a previous video where she was diagnosed with multiple personalities and stuff, okay, as a young child. And she would go after other children and attack them. And yes, we have spoke with people, and we know that that is true for a fact. Not only did she do that, she also would attack Dee Dee. So this is what Dip Gyp could have done to actually get the true help she needed, and also shows you how easy she had it in prison. Okay, she didn't have it as easy as other women because she was over here doing interviews and documentaries and working on writing her book and all of that. And y'all just seen the email of that, of her emailing Rachel while still in prison about how that she didn't want Rachel or anyone else, to mess up her little book deals and stuff. Okay, y'all just seen the email of that. This is how easily Dip Gyp could have gotten help in prison and literally chose not to.
Prison is set up like a little, community, it's just like bad girl campus, basically. So, you got a house for, the whole, and then you got mental health in there, or wherever, and then you have medical, where you can fly a kite. If you don't feel good, you can go to medical.
By flying a kite, for those of you who might not know, you could probably explain this better than I can because of, working with it and stuff like that and knowing what it means and all. But flying a kite, that she's meaning where you write a note, write a message or whatever, and try to send it off, right?
Yeah.
Send it through people or something to get it to medical.
Yeah.
Or fill out a medical form. But sometimes that doesn't always work. So sometimes that filling out a medical form doesn't always work. So they have to write it literally on a note and pass it through other inmates to get it to the right person or the right guard or whatever.
You can fly a kite. You can go get your hair done. There's a gym. I did a lot of Zumba in there, a lot of step classes. They have pool tables. So basically, you can get one-on-one. All you got to do is ask. Literally. All you got to do is fly a kite and ask and set appointments. That's what the reform is trying to figure out what you need to do to survive on your own. So it's bull crap. And they have group programming. So basically, prison...
See, y'all heard they have pool tables, they have all that. Okay, so she could have had it easy. She could have gotten the help she needed. She could have gotten one-on-one therapy, everything. But by the way, real quick, I didn't mean hubby could explain the kite better than I could, meaning he's ever been in prison, because he's never been in prison before, y'all. He's never been in...
She kind of threw me off there for a second.
He gave me this look, and I was like, what? But I was looking at him what? Yeah, but anyway, the fields that we've worked in and stuff, we've seen it, I haven't seen the kite thing. I'm in the medical field, but the field that hubby has, studied in and went to school for and all that. That's all I meant. Is he could probably explain what a kite meant more than I could. That's all it was about what we've studied and fields that we work in. Okay, not that either one of us has ever been arrested or in prison or anything like that. So just to make that clear for some people.
But if you have, we're not judging by all means.
Right, yes, absolutely not. Because there's so many people that actually do take it seriously and do get help. Like this
Yeah.
girl, like Nadatha, like many other people. They really do take it seriously and get help.
Exactly.
Okay, so Nadatha posted this video, and at the top she's got wrote, also, who are these people on the stockings? Does anyone know? Okay, well, it shows Dylan is one of them, and we know that Dylan is Rod and Christy's oldest child, their son. They have Dylan and then Mia. So Dylan is the older brother, and then there's Mia. Well, Gypsy's the oldest. It's Gypsy. It goes in the order of Gypsy, Nicolette, Dylan, and then Mia. That's the order it actually goes in. But yeah, Dylan is Christy's and Rod's oldest son. But the second stocking, I'm kind of wondering about myself. We're both actually wondering who this other person is. So if anybody knows, please let us know. We'll show a close-up in just a second.
Already, I hope that you receive the message. This is not a true crime book. This is a book about survival and hardship and overcoming massive amounts of trauma.
I'm speeding it up because she is sitting there talking so slowly, it's ridiculous.
To say that this book is just a book is not, it's very, very much misrepresented. This is not a book. This is my entire life in pages.
I wasn't on the train. I thought it was a ridiculous thing to think and say and talk about. But for the first time, I too have questions. Where is your pregnant belly? This is not a pregnant woman's body. Something is wrong. Something's very wrong. That girl either was...
I hope.
And y'all can go back here and look at it. Look at this. Okay, so here's a better picture of her belly, which is squared looking, like, in my opinion. But
Yeah, it looks that way to me.
I mean, I know, like, as a pregnant woman, your clothes, when you sit down, may get kind of tucked under your breast a little bit. You know, that's normal or whatever. But what is this shape going on here? And what is that line right there? Like, what? I don't get it, y'all. But if y'all look at a video we done a few months ago where we counted back the dates of her when she said she conceived and all that, when she got pregnant, all of that, you know, we literally came up with she would give birth in November. And if that's the case, that it would have been Ryan's baby, not Kenny Boy's jobless Ken. It wouldn't be his. So unless she was cheating on Ryan the entire time. So I don't know, but y'all let us know what y'all think. Also, here's the stocking thing. So we know that this one right here, it says Dylan. That's Dylan's name. But who is this? What does that say?
It says Anita.
Okay.
Anita.
Because
Yeah.
at first I was thinking it said Millie or Amelia, which we all know who that is. You know, her prison friend. But it doesn't. It says Anita. So maybe that's just another family member. We don't know. But yeah, if anybody knows, let us know. Because we're curious as well. And then the last clip we were going to show you is this.
I cannot stress how absolutely true this statement that she's making is.
And while I was in prison, I was trying on different identities, trying to find myself.
Trying on different identities, y'all. Oh.
So there's absolute truth to this, but not in the way that you think. When she says she tried on different personalities in prison, I want to go back, right, on when I told you guys that she tried to fit in multiple places, but she always created a mess. There was always a mess because she liked drama, because she wanted to hang out with the big dogs, you know what I mean? And couldn't handle it whenever things, you know, just wanting to always be a part of everything that happened in there. Whether it be the Suboxone, you know, and trying to get involved in that. But the thing is that the minute Gypsy was not able to do that, because the minute that the heat would get turned up, she'd cry. Like, if she got in trouble, she would cry and turn on the tears and telling everybody. But the trying on different identities, absolutely she did. And it always blew up in her face. Now let's move on to this interview today.
A lot of people could have got out of prison and just stayed in the shadows. Mm-hmm. You chose to be very vocal.
She chose to do what she's always done, which is create a mess. You know, be about the drama and create a mess. But this whole, you chose to be vocal, what did she choose to be vocal about? Because I find very rare videos of her speaking out and advocating about anything other than herself. That's it. Not even really ever fully taking accountability for her crime at all.
On social media with this book, why a book? Why share your story?
Well, the book was something that I always wanted to happen, and it was something that even my mother's side of the family definitely encouraged and approved of. I know they weren't very supportive of a lot of the documentaries and everything, but they always felt...
We know that's not true. Her mom's side of the family don't even talk to her or have anything to do with her. I mean, Rod's side of the family doesn't even really have much to do with her.
Support for me and support for me sharing my story in a book.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I would want to hear that, like, for myself from the family, because I just don't buy it, number one. And number two, what better way to... There's going to be a peaceful protest, a vigil for Dee Dee at her book signing. And what better way to make us look crazy than to get on the news and to say, oh, well, her family wanted me to do this. I see the game. Does nobody else see it?
So I think that was important to honor their wishes, my wishes, share my voice in a proper way.
I thought it was because you wanted your daughter to know the real story of what happened. Now you're saying you done it because you wanted to honor your mom's side of the family's wishes? That's such BS.
Also, let's talk about this real quick.
That's good.
Do not fall for this, because it fits into the narrative that they're trying to paint. If you notice, before, Gypsy was all about, I mean, I've seen pictures of where she's just smiling, she loves the attention, but things have shifted and things have changed for her. And they're going with a new narrative of she's been cyberbullied. And that's going to be, if you notice, the Lifetime cameras were there, right? So that's going to be the theme of her life. Like, she's just this poor, pushed around, just wants to live a private life person. And that's not true. It's just a way that they can paint her in a better light. The Lifetime cameras were rolling, and it was all a show. That's what I believe. Because that's what she does. Spend enough time around somebody when there are no cameras, when she thinks nobody is going to ever find out. No one's looking. And you'll see the true Gypsy. Just like so many of us in prison did. The reason why she's dangerous is because she can change like that. The problem is that she can't take the heat when it doesn't go the direction that she wants it to. But vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. I cannot stress how absolutely...
So that clip that Nadatha was just showing, just for those of you who haven't seen the whole clip, here it is. And this was posted by TMZ. And remember, we went over an article about them just a couple days ago. They've got at the top that Gypsy Rose Blanchard shows up to court to finalize her divorce. That's not true. But we'll get to that last thing in just a second.
Give us a couple of pictures. That's good.
I wonder what Christy done with her mom, because it was Christy's mom, and Dip Jip that went in the courthouse. Where's Christy's mom at now? Like, she didn't care about her getting to her car safely. But y'all can see that these are lifetime cameras that are following her.
And maybe like 1 or 2 TMZ cameras.
Yeah, I'd say like only 1 or 2. There was only like one person that walked up to her to try to get a picture of her with her hiding her face under her jacket. But that's Lifetime cameras, crew, producers, and everything that continue to follow her. Like this guy that looks like he has the black backpack on his back. Like that's, that they're all a part of the Lifetime crew. So they're okay with that, as they're making their money off that. And just like Dip likes to say that her mom thought of her as a cash cow, what do you think Krusty Christy thinks of you as, Dipsy Gypsy? A cash cow? And at the bottom here, it says, if you ask Gypsy Rose, the divorce was fire, and fans will get a front row seat to the momentous occasion thanks to a camera crew that was rolling while she was at the courthouse. So apparently that may be on the documentary as well, because they're desperate for content on their documentary at this point. They really are. And the last thing, y'all, remember when we went over the whole entire TMZ article in a video the other day? This was in it. And we also, it was the one where we showed played the recording from where we actually called the clerk of court from the courthouse and played it for y'all. So y'all can go back and watch that video for those of you who have not seen that. But it says here, Gypsy Rose Blanchard settles divorce with Ryan Anderson. That's not true. Ryan didn't even show up to this court hearing, which I'm sure Dip was mad about, because she probably wanted to flaunt in front of him or whatever, like she does,
Oh, yeah.
So she was probably mad that he wasn't there. But anyway, these are 2 excerpts that we pulled from the article, and you can see it says that Ryan's attorney added that before today, they signed the divorce judgment, and Ryan also signed an affidavit confirming the alleged dates, meaning the alleged dates that they had separated and stuff. That's all. And that they both signed divorce papers wanting the divorce and everything. That's what he's talking about. The exes already agreed on no spousal support, but the division of community property is still on the table. It was a quick marriage, but there are some contracts still hanging in the balance. And then another excerpt up here at the top says, according to the court clerk, a judge has not yet signed off on it. So, meaning the judge, and y'all will hear that in the recording from the clerk of court, the judge has not signed off on their divorce yet. He has not signed the divorce decree. So their divorce is not finalized, and they are not divorced at this point. So we just wanted to show y'all that. So sorry that this was a bit of a long one and maybe didn't make sense at the beginning, but we told you if you stuck to the end that it would all come together a little bit. We have up on the screen here the information for Dee Dee's vigil this Friday, the 13th at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you're near there or you want to go to it or whatever, here's the information for it that they're planning. Well, it's not really an organized thing. It's just kind of come as you are. Like if you want to go, you can. If you don't, you don't have to, type of thing. You're coming as an individual, not it. People aren't going as an organized group. So therefore, Bree, Dreamer, they don't need a permit because, they're just showing up as individuals. Anyway, that's a whole nother story and situation and rumor that's going around that Bree and Dreamer and all her little crew started. But here's that information if y'all want it. We hope y'all enjoyed this video and found it interesting and informative. And again, if you're not already, please make sure to hit the subscribe button, like, share, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our videos. We'll be back with the book videos tomorrow, continuing on through our book. as well as many other videos that we've been working on that also are videos that don't have to do with Dip Gyp. The true crime story that was about someone that was very close to us that committed a heinous crime. We have all that coming out this week. So hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our videos. We would greatly appreciate it so very much. We hope you all have a good night and God bless.
Have a good night. God bless.
Bye.
Bye.